Hey Case, let's say you have a Tesla like we do, and you notice that the leaves are falling off the trees and it's time to swap from regular tires to snow tires.
Yeah, it's definitely that time of year, and you don't want to be caught without snow tires when it starts to dump, especially in a place like Colorado.
Now you could take your Tesla, and of course we are in our long-term Tesla Model 3, and you could take it to a local tire shop or even Tesla and have them actually swap out the tires onto your wheels. But this being TFL, we decided to do it ourselves because there is a trick. And you know what that trick is?
Well, it involves this,
Yes.
a hockey puck, which is interesting, and we'll get into that.
Yes, in this video, we're going to show you how to swap out both your tires and your wheels on your Tesla. But before we do that, how do you think this thing rides?
I mean, these are pretty big wheels, low profile tires, so there's not a ton of sidewall. And honestly, the car, I think, copes with that pretty well, considering.
Yeah, I think it does do pretty well with that. Now, we've got summer performance tires on this, and I'm curious to see what it rides like after we put our, and get this, all-weather tires on, which is a new set of tires that are like snow tires that you can drive all year.
Yeah, and the nice thing about all-weather tires is from the testing we've done, we found even versus all-season tires that they perform really well in the snow.
So, let's pull it into the garage. Let's show them what wheel and tire combination we bought for this car. And let's show them why you need a $4 puck to do this yourself. Now, we bought this Tesla Model 3 Performance, I believe in March of this year, and we use it obviously to do our Cannonball D to D or Disney to Disney trip. So we've put a lot of miles on it, actually, in about, 11, even less than that, maybe 9 months that we have it. So let's see how much we've got on the odometer. There we go, almost 15,000 miles in, maybe like 9 months so far. The thing about electric cars is they're heavy, and they tend to burn through tires a lot quicker. So I'll be curious to see how much tire is left after having driven it pretty much across country twice now. All right, Case, now there are two options, right, when you're putting on snow tires.
Yeah.
Or in our case, all weather. You can take the existing wheels that you have and just swap out the tire.
Exactly, and
Right.
in that situation, you do want to go to a tire shop because they're going to have to unmount your old tires and mount on new ones.
Yeah, but we wanted to do it the hard way.
Yeah.
Which is we bought a different set of wheels for the car. So let me show you guys what we bought. And it's not surprising that we actually went with a Tesla wheel just because it's easier, the offset's going to be right. But we did go down one size, so we went from 20-inch wheels to 19-inch wheels. Now, I bought these wheels on eBay for about $800, and already there's a problem. Can you see the problem?
Yeah, well, we've only got two center caps.
Yeah, they arrived with only two center cap Tesla things on them. The other two somehow disappeared.
Which is not ideal, but the interesting thing to find out is going to be, I mean, this is a Model 3 Performance, so it's got bigger brakes, right? And these are smaller wheels, so do we have enough clearance?
I don't know. So on eBay, it said that these fit a Model 3 Performance 2023.
Yeah.
Right? So the problem, of course, is that if the brakes are big and the wheel is small, in this case, it ain't smaller, you could have a fit issue. Our friends at Michelin sent us these cross-climate tires, which is a new segment of tire where it's basically a snow tire that you can keep on the vehicle all year round.
Yeah, which is nice. That means come next season, we don't really have to swap them out if we don't want to.
Regular snow tires don't just have a specific groove, right? Don't just have these sipes that make them good in the snow. They also have a much softer compound. So below about 44 degrees, they really come into their own.
Yeah.
The problem is above 44 degrees, they tend to melt.
This is one that you can run all year, which means it's not going to be as good as a dedicated snow in the snow, but it'll still be pretty good.
Yeah, and it won't be as good in terms of track performance, obviously, right?
Yeah.
These are designed for traction. But you know what? We don't track this car. We do daily drive it. So I think having, car that is usable in the snow versus a car that is usable on the track is a much smarter move. Now, you want to tell them what the puck is for, because this is where that comes in.
Yeah, so here's the interesting thing that Tesla does is the jacking points on this car are such that they want you to use some kind of basically cushion in between your jack. So instead of going from the metal jack point to the metal cup here on the jack, which you can see has some pretty tough edges, what we'll do is we'll place that puck right there in the center so that it's not metal on metal.
Yeah, and just to be safe, we actually, like I said, did go to the Tesla store. We actually tried to get the Tesla pucks. You can't buy them. And then we had the technician show us exactly where the jacking points are. So I was a little worried about it. I mean, when we bought it was a $50,000 car. I think since then Tesla's lowered the price, so you can pick them up for like $12 now. But still, you don't want to damage the battery tray.
We don't want to burn it down.
Yeah.
So we'll do our best. The interesting thing is going to be trying to actually get this under here. So we might have to back the wheels up onto something to slide the jack under here, because this car is pretty low to the ground. Either ramps or even some planks of wood, 2x4s, bricks.
Yeah, and they've disappeared.
Well, yeah. Quick intermission. We'll find something to back the car up onto, and then
we'll continue. Hey, Kay, so we started this video right at like 8 o'clock this morning, and we first had to go to the shop where they put the tires on the wheels.
Yeah, pick those up.
Yeah, Discount Tires. You guys are great. Thank you. And then we went to the Tesla store.
They didn't have anything for us.
Right. Then we had to go to the local sports store.
Yep.
And we thought this was going to be like maybe a 2-hour video.
Yeah.
But in typical TFL fashion, we have to go.
One.
And the irony is, we have a lift at the barn.
I mean, we could do this way over the top with stuff like that, but we want to do this video with the simplest equipment possible.
Yeah, we
to
thought,
show people who don't own 4-post lifts how you can do this at home.
Yeah, so we thought a jack and a hockey puck.
Yeah, but the car's pretty low to the ground, so yeah.
Yeah, we're going to do this right, so we're just going to go get some ramps at the local parts store, and like you said, we'll be back right after this intermission. So we're back from O'Reilly's, and we decided to take a different approach. And well, Case is carrying it in right now. Why don't you show him, Case?
Yeah, we upsold ourselves. I mean, we could have solved this issue with a simple 2x4, but we decided instead
to spend $250 on this.
On a low profile jack, which realistically is the ideal solution for getting a low to the ground car off the ground. The ground clearance on this is about 5.5 inches, which is just a little bit too low for my more normal jack, but a regular Model 3, it's almost 7 inches.
Nice.
There we go.
Yeah.
We'll have to do the same thing on the other wheel.
Yeah.
Because there's
I was thinking about this too. Since we're missing 2 of the Tesla logos on the other wheels, let's do this so it doesn't look silly. Let's put the ones with the logos on the driver's side, the ones you see the most, and the ones without the logo on the passenger side. And then we got to go find some logos and tape them back on.
The asymmetry is going to kill me. But we can order some caps. I mean, it's a small piece.
No, I agree. I'm OCD, man. It's going to bug the hell out of me.
Now, if you want to check this out underneath here, just so you guys know, in case you do have also a Model 3, underneath there is a small hole, and at the service center they told us this is the best point to jack up from.
How's that bad boy work?
This is a nice jack, dude.
Yeah?
It feels a lot more crisp than the one that I brought.
And now that we have the puck, we don't worry about jacking it with the battery tray?
Yeah, even though this the cup on this jack does have a little bit of a rubber pad in it.
Yeah.
This just makes sure that the point where we're making contact with the car is elevated even a little bit above that rubber pad that's pretty much flush with the metal cup. So I think it's a good thing to have.
All right, Case, you were so kind to bring your impact wrench.
Yeah.
You do this like a Formula One team.
He's got a name.
What's his name?
Doug.
Okay, well thank you, Doug.
Yeah, this is Doug the Ugga Doug. This impact has been through a lot.
Oh, I love that smoke.
Yeah, this Of course, you don't need an impact to do this. You could use a breaker bar. Most cars come with a toolkit. That's plenty enough to get your wheels off, but I will say it makes your life a hell of a lot easier. And just like that, we've got our old ones off, and honestly, I mean, these don't look too bad.
Let's see.
Still got tread on them.
Yeah, no, I mean, here are the wear marks right there, right?
Yeah.
And so these are probably good for another 10,000.
They're definitely worn a little bit more here on the inside and closer to the wear bar on the inside than on the outside.
Yeah,
But
I'd be curious to see what the fronts look like.
yeah, it's not bad.
But now here's the question.
Yeah, will it fit? Well, and the rear brakes might even be smaller than the fronts. I don't know. I haven't looked at the specs.
Yeah, will it fit?
Okay.
Okay,
so
we need to pop out that little...
Actually, so this wheel has to go on the passenger side.
Yeah.
Because
they're
directional.
They're directional.
So these two have to go. So the question is, do you want your Tesla logos on the front or on the back?
It doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
I mean, we're going to have to buy those things anyway and find them.
All right.
Yeah,
well,
so let's just make sure we put them...
Let's put your Tesla logos on the front.
All right, make sure we're just facing the... you can tell these tires have little, directional, rotational marks.
So you want to make sure that that arrow is pointing the correct direction, because it would be pretty embarrassing to put it on the wrong way.
Same thing? Same thing. We'll pop it off.
They are nice looking components on these. Wow, this is what it's like to work on a car that's not 30 years old and been through many winters.
And it doesn't look like there's a lot of wear on those brakes.
Yeah.
Thanks to regenerative braking.
Well, it's kind of cool too. I mean, this is a rare view. We don't usually get to look at it like this, but you can see the drive unit in there and the drive shaft coming out of it.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
Multi-link suspension.
Yeah, see all the suspension links.
Yeah, it's done right.
Yeah, it's cool.
All right, let's see if it fits.
The anticipation is killing them. Well, I mean, we're around the brake already, so we're good to go on the back at least.
Yeah, sweet. Do we know what the torque spec is? Are we going to worry about that?
Pretty sure we don't have a torque wrench here, do we?
No, our torque wrench is at the branch, unfortunately.
Yeah, so if you want to be really anal about it, it's worth buying a torque wrench, or you can just give it, some amount of what Doug dishes out. I mean, you don't want to sit there and hammer it for 30 seconds, but...
Well, you know what we can do is, after we've already spent a lot of time swapping out wheels, but just to be safe, at the end of this video, after we finish the video, I'll get a torque wrench.
I have a torque wrench at home I can bring in tomorrow as well. Yeah, so
I think for the test drive around the block will be fine.
Oh, we'll be more than fine. I've driven around just using what this guy puts down. Also worth noting, definitely worth spinning on your lug nuts a little bit before you send it home with the impact, just to make sure that it's not cross-threaded, because you can do a lot of damage with this if it's not put on all the way.
And the nice thing about getting Tesla wheels is you don't have to worry about the offset. I gotta tell you, if you guys want to start a new company that figures out how to make fitting wheels, tires onto cars easy, because it's not, you would be an incredible disruptor, and I would give you a wholehearted thank you, because it's so complicated that I didn't even want to try to figure it out, so I just bought the wheels that are made for Tesla.
And we'll slowly drop it down. Oh, that's nice.
All right, it doesn't look too bad. I was worried that they wouldn't fill out the wheel well as much, but I mean, they're a little smaller, a little less.
Yeah, a little less wheel, a little more tire, but I don't mind some extra meat.
Yeah, but when it snows, I'm going to be really happy to have those. The other question I have, which we might have to figure out, how are we going to? Is there a way to calibrate the speedometer?
I mean, is the overall diameter different, or is it just more sidewall? No, we could take a little measurement and just make sure that the overall diameter is the same.
That's the question.
Also kind of cool, you can see a little impression of the jacking point left on the hockey puck. So that's a little bit of cushioning that you get in this dense rubber puck doing its job. Yeah.
At least this way the the thing we see is or the thing we film. All right, I think for the rest of this, we'll just speed this up.
Yeah.
You know, maybe
time lapse.
Yeah, time lapse.
We've talked enough.
Yeah, otherwise, yeah, we bored you enough. Okay, so I had an idea.
Yeah.
You know, on this side, we don't have the Tesla logos.
Right.
And I don't think that looks that bad. What do you think?
Yeah, it's cool. It gives it kind of a functional look to it, you know?
Yeah, it's more snow tire-y.
Not
But
showy.
here's what we can do. We'll run a poll
Yeah.
when we publish this video, and we'll let the audience decide. Should we roll with the Tesla logos on the wheels, or shall we remove these and just roll without them? So
Yeah.
look for a poll on this channel, TFL EV. Let us know what you think, and we will do what you guys say. So if you love the Tesla logo, we'll leave it on and put it on the other two wheels. And if you don't, we'll just pop it off this side and roll it without them.
Yeah, do the cheap and simple method.
Yeah,
That'd be
all right.
easier.
So one thing left to do.
Yeah, we got to drive it.
We gotta drive it, see how it drives. All right, let's see how this thing drives, huh? We got some new kicks, dude.
Yeah, and I'm going to put this hockey puck where it should have come from the factory, which is in this car.
Yeah, put it over here.
I'll probably put it in the glove box, but
we can have it with
the charging
our
adapter.
CCS, which is soon to be obsolete.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, so let's see how it drives, and let's talk about how much we spent on this. So our friends at Michelin gave us the cross climates.
Yeah.
But I guess they're around 200. I didn't look them up how much they cost, but let's say roughly the 200-ish. But you guys can look them up yourself. So let's say $800 to $1,000 for the tires.
Yeah, and then how much were the wheels?
They were $800.
Okay, that's not that bad for a set of wheels.
So we're at $1,800. Then $250 for the jack.
Yep.
So now we're at $2,050. And how much is the puck?
The puck was $4.
$2,054.
But you have to remember, we also had to pay to get those tires mounted up. And the thing about that is that Tesla's TPMS sensors are really expensive.
$120
a piece, right?
So that was another $600.
Yeah.
So now we're at 2,000. How much? I'm losing the math here. 200, so 2,854. Does that sound right?
But just think about how much it would cost if you were still running max performance summer tires on this car in the winter, and you went sliding into something, which realistically is a very plausible scenario if you don't have a solid set of winter tires here in Colorado.
Yeah. How much would a new Tesla cost?
Yeah.
Yeah. How much? Pain and suffering to not just the car but to you. And then the nice thing about these, the greatest thing, is you can just keep them on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we don't have to take them off when it warms back up again. And yeah, at the end of the day, I mean, doing tires, especially when you get a separate set of wheels for them, is going to be expensive. But especially the tire portion itself is not the area to skimp out. That's where you make contact with the surface you're driving over. That's where all your performance actually meets the ground. So it's something that you got to spend.
One last question. I'm going to do a little bit of just a quick acceleration test to see if these guys can handle the torque. All right?
Yeah.
Ready?
From a dig.
From a dig. Ready? Here we go. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
There's no problem there.
Yeah. I was afraid of four-wheel spin, but we didn't get it.
Yeah. No, that's perfect.
All right, I know we did a lot of things wrong in this video. We always do, so feel free to criticize us. We produce videos for a living, not.
Oh yeah, no, we're not mechanics.
We're not mechanics, but we thought this would be fun for all of you guys. And I probably got my math wrong, so do that right as well. But we thought this would be fun for all of you guys and gals out there who want to go and get some winter tires for your Tesla and do it yourself. So
yeah,
there you have it.
Worth it.
Yeah, that's the whole process. And remember, head on over to this channel's community page.
Yeah.
Right, where we're going to put a poll, 2 questions: should we or should we not keep those little Tesla
center caps? Yeah.
Hey, what do you think about the ride?
Honestly, I mean, the ride seems just as good, if not better.
Yeah,
I
was worried about it because we've had experience with these tires before, but Maybe it's the combination of the suspension with the sidewall, but I would say it's no worse than the performance tires.
No, it's not crashy at all.
Yeah, here we go. We're going to go over a little bump here at speed. Yeah, not bad.
Oh, that's great.
All right, Case, there's one more thing that we have to do before we can call this done.
Well, yeah, I mean, we put these tires on here because it's about to be winter, so we need a snow tire test.
Yeah, the problem is it's 72 degrees out.
Yeah, that's not happening today.
No, but this is Colorado, and weather changes like that. And so the next big snow, we are going to do a complete snow tire test with these. So we'll do some acceleration runs, we'll do some braking, and maybe we'll do a comparison to see how they compare, to a different set of tires. And the best thing is, even though it's 72 degrees, I'm not worried.
Yeah, these tires aren't going to melt off.
Yeah. Anyway, as always, this is Roman
And Case
saying thanks for watching, and we will see you guys next time. Ciao.